The first song on the record is World Sick, which relates back to what we were talking about at the very beginning here, where the world seems to be going to hell. And that was the song that you gave away as a download to introduce people to the fact that you guys were coming back for the first time in 5 years. What else is there about that song that we should know?
Well, it's a song about being aggravated and frustrated every time you wake up in the morning. And I think it was also about, as Charlie said earlier, when we were making the record, we had a lot of conversation. Obviously, first of all, we were in Chicago, so we were right in the heart of America. We were in Obama's town, we saw his house. Remember that? We drove by his house. And it just seemed as if, great, amazing, hope, here we go, and there's nothing you can do. There's not really much that's going to happen, or you're going to have to slowly chisel away at the wall to break it through. And I think that, a lot of people go for the instant gratification, and I couldn't stop thinking about Seattle. I watched Seattle on YouTube when he won. The streets got filled with people singing.
99, the GA conference?
No. When the elections went down, Obama won.
Right.
They came in and everyone was singing "Don't Stop Believin'," and it was about 30,000 people on the streets. And I thought, this is the most phenomenal thing I've ever seen. And then you just kind of feel bamboozled by the idea that you're going to constantly be held down, no matter how hard you fight. And World Sip kind of came from that idea of just from the blogs to the gossip to the news to the internet being the biggest editor out there, just the frustration of, is there actually going to be a chance for change? And the answer constantly seems to be no.
The album moves into Chase Scene with a really cool keyboard line that grabs your attention right off the top. It does sound like it could be a chase scene in a movie.
That was
Spontaneous.
definitely kind of the dark horse. It was sort of a sketch early on, and we didn't really take it too seriously. It was just, we had that keyboard sound. It was kind of fun, and then that crazy distorted drum sound. It was just a spontaneous jam, basically. And then it sat around for a while, and then the string players came in, and I was like, get them to play on Chase Scene. Cause
you guys went in together.
The strings, they did this funny disco string line on it. And I did some wah-wah guitar, and it just sort of took on so many different dimensions. And then
I'll be honest, I went in and said, okay, I'm going to lay a vocal down, and I'm going to do this for Andrew. Because Andrew, we weren't sure about Art House Director yet, if it was going to go on the record. And I said, Andrew needs to sing on this song. He should do something like this. And I just threw that vocal line down, and then I stopped, and I went, okay, Johnny, let me just try to and I just sort of went through what I heard, wrote the lyrics down, changed a few things, and did it one more time, and then it ended up staying.
Yeah.
Here's a question. When does somebody say, stop, the song's done? Nobody else can play on the song. Nobody else can sing.
That's tough, but we do it.
Yeah.
We do it.
We kind of run out of time to a certain degree.
Well, let's look.
Let's look at it.
Let's look at it here. I mean, there is a way where you just say, okay, that's it, no more. And sometimes not everyone's on the song.
Yeah. Sometimes it just sounds great.
It just sounds great. Well, this is great. Why would we want to do anything else?
Many works of art aren't finished; they're abandoned. That's enough. We can't possibly do any more in this. It's time to move on.
Yeah.
I would imagine that happens a fair number of times with you guys.
Well, I think, and I think a lot of bands or a lot of people who make films or art will know that if you just you can just constantly mess with it.
Yeah.
You can just keep tweaking things, changing things. You have to at one point just say it has to stop here.
Yeah, you got to give yourself a deadline, and then you got to extend it.
Yeah.
That
slid in there.
Another song that caught my ear was All to All. I really like the production on that. Who's doing vocals?
Lisa Lobsinger. That's all Lisa Lobsinger.
Really?
Yeah.
It's very pretty. Yeah. And again, the production is nice and smooth.
It's kind of our smooth rock record.
It is a smooth rock record.
Here comes Dave. Okay, good. We're good. Okay. Don't worry. We're just gonna chat a little more, and we'll be good to go.
One more here. Who is the person who brought in the sitar with Ungrateful Little Father?
That was actually Johnny's electric guitar.
He has this electric sitar guitar.
Yeah.
He's got all kinds of great toys in his studio.
It's
So
a wonderful
it's like
studio.
a candy store in there. You're just picking up these old keyboards from the 60s.
It doesn't stop there.
Yeah.
And that's you on sitar, isn't it? Yeah.
Could be Sammy.
No, Sammy's not on that track.
Oh, then it's me.
Yeah, it's you.
There's sitar in another song too.
Sitar and Sentimental Axis, that's Sam.
That's Sammy, right?
Yeah.
And then there's Meet Me in the Basement, which
That's my favorite.
it isn't. Why?
Uh,
It's certainly one of mine.
to play that live is
It's
to
gonna be
actually.
good. Oh, yeah.
We've been
We've
playing
been
it
doing it.
actually for 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
It's
you
one
know
of
when
the-
they say you want to transcend live, you want to for me, I close my eyes.
I think it's one of the only songs that we actually wrote and then toured before we recorded it.
Yeah.
Most of the songs were written or sketched out and then recorded. That one we actually, we closed a lot of shows with that
Yeah,
song.
it's-
It always felt good.
it's-
So.
It feels like a joyous, joyous anthem, and everyone. You can feel you feel a connection to everything when you play that song.
So, how many people are going to be in the touring band initially for this record? Because I would imagine you'll be on the road quite a bit
Yeah.
this summer and this fall.
There's nine.
Nine.
No, eight.
8?
9 with Marty. who I
9
always
with Marty,
consider-
right.
I always consider
Marty's
Marty
our sound guy, but he's part
Marty's
of the
our
band.
sound director, I like to say. But Alan, what we do is we pick up horn players in every city.
And John McIntyre's going to do a bunch of shows with us in
McIntyre's
Europe.
gonna
so
come
that
out.
brings it up to 10.
And if anyone's around, I know Jimmy wrote us for Metro. He's like, I'm going to be in New York when you come play those shows. I'm like, great.
Some foreign players.
Come on in.
lined
Yeah,
up
come on in.
And bring somebody that you know from your New York crowd.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's probably never actually going to be 9 everywhere we go. We're going to
No,
know somebody.
but
who
it
knows
is those
somebody.
9 that we're getting on planes with and getting
Yeah.
on a bus with.
I guess there's not a whole lot of left at the end of the rider, is there?
No. And then you get all those people because we have a very open format with backstage, which we have to stop soon. But then you get all those people coming in, and everybody drinks everything, and before you know it, there's no booze, there's no food, there's nothing. I got off stage and Austin came back. There's no beer left. There's 2 kids
Oh, but that's
sitting on
Austin.
the couch who actually I got in an argument with because they felt entitled to be back there. I asked the kids to leave, and one of the kids said I was his idol, and why was I giving him rock star bullshit? And he got very upset. And I just said, "What are you? There's only 6 places to sit, and the 2 of you are sitting. If you're gonna sneak backstage, you gotta be pro. I've done it many a times. You hang out in the corner. You wait till the band comes in. You sneak in like you're a friend. You don't prominently sit where you want your family members and friends to sit, and then freak out on the guy that you idolized and say, world sick, I understand that stuff. I have a kid, I have a wife. Buddy,
Get out of my chair.
I just saying that, Oh,
Well,
man.
this has got to be one of the most anticipated indie records of 2010.
Really? It's on a list with other ones.
But based on the reading I'm doing, based on all the vibe that I'm getting, yeah, it's a big one. It's a really big one, not just for Canada, but for North America and beyond. So
That's great.
it's-
That's
this
how
is-
lucky we are.
this is going to be cool, and I can't wait to see how it explodes.
Thank you, Alan. This
Thanks,
has been a
Alan.
pleasure. It's
Yeah.
been an
You
honor
guys too.
chatting with you.
Yeah,
Thanks,
totally.
guys.